So it looks like we got a good group here. We can go ahead and get started. So welcome, Hande Onde Batsan. Good to see everyone. Let's see here for who I see in the room. For our learners, I see Caleb, Angie. I know Gabby was on here. She'll probably log back in. Joseph, and then let's see.
You okay? Yeah.
There's Gabby.
Yeah.
Awesome. Gabby's on here. And then for our mentors, I see Grandma Dorothy and Grandma Marthanelle. So welcome everyone. So we can go ahead and get started. Let's see. I see. Trying to see
Dorothy
who's here.
Split that salad.
I think I see a new person on here. I don't know how to pronounce the name. Let's see.
Pascarita.
Pascarita Hotdale. Would you like to?
That's my daughter, but I don't think she's on.
Oh.
I see her. I saw her name up there, but I don't know. I don't know how her name got up there. I don't know where she.
Okay, hey, no, I can fix it. I can rename it. Okay, I was like, who is this?
I used to one time in the day know a woman. Her name was Pascarita Pratt.
Oh.
In the 30s or the 40s.
That's who she's named after.
Okay.
My Aunt Pat. That's who she's named after. That's her namesake.
How wonderful.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, Miss Velma. I was just like trying to figure out. I was like, oh no, do we miss someone? I need to. Okay, good. I'm glad we figured it out. Well, welcome. So 3 of our mentors.
You'll not believe this, but I just wrote that down last night on a piece of paper.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
I was thinking about Marjorie Tatanipper because I was asked about her. I got a call. People were asking me if I knew the 49 song, Bird Leg Special, and who was she? And she was Marjorie Tatanipper. And those songs were made in 1949 at Walter's Palace. What a connection.
Oh, that's a good one.
Pascarita. Oh, good.
Oh. Love it. Love it. Awesome. Well, for today, so first off, I just have to say, apologies. I'm a little behind on uploading recordings. It's been super busy this month. I'm trying to catch up with everything. I do have a 4-day weekend this week coming up from work, so cross my fingers that I'll be able to catch up with all my video uploads and YouTube and all that. So hopefully you'll see some of the recordings from this month's sessions, so we can get caught up with all that. Hey, welcome.
Thank you.
Awesome. So we're just getting started. I'm just going over kind of what we are going to do this evening. Let's see. So is it Stormy?
Yes. It's Susanna, but they call me Stormy.
Oh, okay. Okay. What do you prefer?
Stormy's fine. The whole world here knows me as Stormy.
Okay, awesome. Well, welcome. So we're just getting started for this evening. So for our learners, we have Gabby, Angie, Caleb, Joseph, myself, and Stormy. And then for our mentors, we have Grandma Dorothy, Grandma Martha Nell, and Miss Velma. And for this evening session, one thing that we wanted to focus on that we talked about last week is we wanted to dedicate 30 minutes at the beginning of our sessions to really dig into Kiowa prayers. So there, I know as Kiowa language learners, one of the most important things to know is to be able to pray in our language. And that was one of the things that my grandma Ruth would always emphasize is that we have to know how to pray in Kiowa. So that's definitely a huge emphasis as a learner. So our mentors here have challenged us as learners to come up with our own prayers, and our mentors are willing to help us translate the language that we write out so that each of you can come up with your own Kiowa prayer. And so that's something we wanted to spend some time on this evening to start off with that, just so that as a language learner, you'll be able to have your own prayer and you can practice it, and our mentors will help you translate and help you pronounce it as well. So that's something that we talked about last week, and we talked about implementing that this week. So I wanted to show you an example. So let me go to my Google Drive here, or our Google Drive, I mean. So here is our Google Drive. Okay, so in the Google Drive Kiowa Language Resources, there is a folder that says Kiowa Projects. If you click on that, and then you go to, there's all these folders, and feel free to explore. But this one called Kiowa Prayers, if you go in there, there are a lot of different prayers. And these prayers are here for anyone to access. So they're for reference, and especially if you're trying to come up with ideas for your own prayer. All of these are shared with permission. So like for instance, you can look at my prayer here. So this is my prayer. We did this exercise of coming up with our own prayers in Kiowa. We did this about, I think it might've been in 2021, about 3 years ago, when we were kind of going through the whole credentialing process in the beginning. So this is my Kiowa prayer. So I write out the Parker Mackenzie, the orthography that we use for our learners and for a lot of our sessions. And then this is my, just a way that I write phonetically. It's actually an orthography that we created, that Dane helped create a long time ago for the Kiowa Child Care Center, back when I was the Kiowa Child Care Center director with the child care program. And then we have the English right here. So I started this prayer by writing the English down, and then I brought it to our mentors, and then we talked through what would be a good, appropriate way to say this in Kiowa. And that's how I got this language. So that's just an example of a Kiowa prayer. And then you can see there's lots of others here. So this is you can see we did this in 2021 of October. And so these were the previous teacher candidates at the time, some of their prayers that they came up with and that we practiced through this process. So there's lots of references here if you are ready to come up with your own Kiowa prayer and to practice it. So does anyone ready, or anyone have a Kiowa prayer or a prayer that they would like translated into Kiowa? Any of our learners? And I'll stop sharing for a second.
I have one, Melody, or Dr.
Sure.
Oh, Do you want me to just say it out loud? Is that
Do you have it written down?
Yeah, I put it on a Word doc.
Oh, okay. Do you want to share your screen if that's easier? Sometimes that's easier for our mentors to see. I should have the Zoom. It should be available. You should see a little button at the bottom that says share screen.
Okay.
Let me know if you can see it.
Let me make it big. Oh, right here, share.
Yay. Awesome.
Oh, it says I have to grant you access.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not letting me. Should I just copy and paste it into the chat? Is that better?
Oh, we could do that, and then I can upload. I can create a doc on the Google Drive if you want.
Okay,
Or if you want to upload it to the Google Drive, let me get you the link to that folder. Let's see. And I think I added on here. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just making sure your email's in here.
okay.
Okay, so here is the link. Link to Google Drive, Kiowa prayers. Okay, try that link and see if it works. And that should take you to the folder with all the prayers. Okay.
Did you send it to me in the chat?
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's in the Zoom chat.
Okay, gotcha. So just add it in here?
Yeah, you can upload it wherever you would like. And then then that way I can pull it up on the screen. That might work.
Oh, it says I don't have permission to edit, but I put it in the chat.
Okay.
All these permissions.
Yeah, sometimes that happens the first time that we do this. So we'll get there.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, so let me see if I can put this, in a document. Let me make it bigger. Okay, yeah, because for our mentors to translate it, they like seeing it on the screen. And that way they can kind of help you come up with the Kiowa language that would go with it. So let's put today's date. And let me share my screen. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. Can everyone see the screen?
I can see that.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So, would any of our mentors like to offer any suggestions for how you would say this in Kiowa?
Wouldn't you just use the Domoyum dog e?
Oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna go find where that's written down so I can copy and paste. And it's kind of up to preference, right? Like how you'd want, if you wanted to use Domoyum Doki or if you want to say Doki. So is that true? It's kind of, I guess, your preference.
Oh,
Yeah, so Gabby, however you feel comfortable, whatever you feel comfortable with, you can practice both.
Okay.
I'm trying to how do I make those red marks disappear? I don't remember how. So let's see. So if you wanted to say the short version. So Domoyom Doki, what's the exact translation? I know I understand it to mean like creator of all or creator of everything, but is there a more is there another way to think about that word? Grandma Dorothy, how would you describe the difference between Domoyom Doki and Doki?
The Domoyum dog is more comparable to the older Kiowa. That's the way they address the Lord. Domoyum dog, the man who made everything on this land. Domoyum dog, Dom is your land. Oyum, you made it, and dog is God. Domoyum dog. And
Oh,
dog is God, dog is Jesus, and Pega dog is the Holy Spirit. But the most powerful one, I think, is the way our elders started theirs. But that's only mine. And it's a domoyum dog it oha imtaito. Like the man who made everything, listen to me. I'm going to ask you something. And even in tato, honde onde in dog edo. It is good that you are our God. There's just countless ways that you could start. Dog. Please, Lord, help me. Please. Dog or dog is God. Dog is Jesus. But you say, please. Help me, please, Lord. I'm coming to you again for help. I ask you all the time. And even you can even get familiar and say, here I am again. And call on time. Feel sorry for me. take pity and call on time. And please listen to me. There's just so many different ways after you learn the words that you can address him. But in the older days, it was Damoyam dog. And he suffered. Yeah, there's just different you could even maybe record those salutations to the Lord. Damoyam dog e, Damoyam dog e, Kante im dotsata. My pitiful cry, my pitiful prayers to you. I'm going to ask you again. I'm just a pitiful old person. Get familiar, and pretty soon you'll be asking him all kind of ways. God help me, and I'm feeling good. Is that all right?
Melody? Grandma. Appreciate that. Hande imsaita, Grandma. How did you say? Can you repeat? You said after you said listen, isabet ahal, and then you said something about I'm gonna ask you. How did you say it? I was trying to type it out and I'm too slow.
Honde imsaita. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to ask you something. I'm going to tell you something. Please. Okay. Please, I beg you, listen to me.
Okay, so just our help phrase that we learned.
Yes. Or you would say, Honde a call on imbodo chata. Conte and Honde ya om. It's just, I'm just a poor, pitiful person. And I pray to you all the time, and you do listen. Aho de badnoto. It's another way, a salutation. Aho dog. And betohat. You always listen. And Honde I call, and Kiowas, especially our grandmothers, they stress I'm a poor, pitiful person all the time. I call on the betohat. That's the best way. It's on your mind all the time as you get older.
Oh. Aho, Grandma.
Huh?
Let's see. So Gabby, did that help? So you could decide if you want to say dom oyom dog e or dog e as your beginning. I like using the dom oyom dog e because it reminds me of my grandma, and because that's what she would say when she prayed. And like Grandma Dorothy said, it's like by saying that we're bringing back our old Kiowa, the language from like hundreds of years ago. So let's see. So I'm gonna go to Gabby's here. So Hyundai, let's see. Hatsuanatongya, save us from ourselves. Anyone? Stogut Goma, Grandma Dorothy, Miss Velma, whoever has a thought on how could we say that? This one right here. Let me make it a little bit bigger.
Maybe something like no wait now. Something
How
like
did you word it?
go get time or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, can you say that again? I'm gonna try to type it.
Is that right, Dorothy?
Yes. Yes.
Get time
It is really right.
You said da on ta.
The ontota. That's a new word that that she came out with. Onto. That's an older word to say feel sorry for us. The call on time. The other one is onto. Thank you. Just hotel. The onto time, the call on time. Or ain't onto time if it's one, don't you think, Marty? Is that you or was that Velma?
That was Miss Velma.
Yeah, you got that right, huh? Well, you get them all right.
Cause she put save us from ourselves. So I don't know.
I heard that word in a long time. Ontotan. Darn, it's refreshing.
Is that do you think that's in the glossary? Because I want to try to. I'm trying to figure out the tones, the ups and downs.
It is in the glossary under that.
Yeah. Ontotan. A-N.
A. Okay. Is it an A-N? Okay.
Dog call on time. Feel sorry for us. Dog on time. God, that's a good word.
Is it a pop T? Let's see. I got the glossary up. And let me share the glossary real quick so you can see the whole process.
Where's Chapel Choir during the tarts? The men had a choir, and there was one part where they translated out to English a song, and it had English lyrics, but they said "Da call on time, da on time." They used that word a long time ago in their choir from Worth Chapel. That's how I remember.
Oh, wow. Is it a popped T, O, or just toe?
Whoever thought of that? That's a fine. That's ontotan. Dog eat. Ain't ontotan. Feel sorry for me. And the grammar way to say it is how I say it. Ain't call ontotan.
That's what my grandma Ruth would say. She would always say "acon." Okay, I'm looking. I'm in the K's here. I'm looking for AUN.
Gotta write that down. That's thank you, somebody. Dog call.
That was Miss Velma, I think. Right, Miss Velma?
They got pretty prayers.
Sorry for the scrolling. Trying to get past all the alls. Okay, we're getting closer. There's M.
Excuse me, before this class is over, can you send me a link to this glossary so I can download it?
Yes. Oh, we sure can. It is so if you go to the LearnKiowa.org homepage and you scroll down, it is right there on the front page, but let me drop it in the chat real quick. So here is, let me make sure I'm messaging everyone. So here's the homepage, and then let me get the link to just the glossary. So, and the one that is on the website is it's last year's from 2023. I have to, this weekend, I'm gonna spend some time updating the website. So I'll put the new one that Dane has for us. It's been updated for 2024. And so I'll upload that, but there's a direct link for the PDF. And you can use the Control F or the little magnifying glass, the search function. And so to find, you know, whatever you're looking for. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun.
I clicked
Yeah.
on the link, but it took me to the main page, learnkiowa.org.
Yes, and then just scroll down like all the way to the bottom, and you'll see where it says getting started, and then it has like glossary, and then it has a course packet. So that's how to get to the glossary, and then the second link I put is directly to the document itself. But just in case you wanted to know how to get to it on the website.
All right. Okay, I see. All right. Thank you so much.
Oh.
Ah.
Let's see.
I'm slow right now, but let me get the swing of things and you'll see I'll be initiating stuff myself. Just give me some time, you know?
It's all good. It's all good. You got time. You got time. But awesome. Okay. We should be getting close to it, right? On Grandma Martha, help. Yeah, Tom. Oh, wait, hold on. That's not it, right? Is that it? On all. About forgiveness? Is that what we're looking for? This one? Hatsoha? Grandma, is this the right word? Can you see it?
Where at?
On the glossary, I have it highlighted here.
Go up. Can you go up? I say Aunt Otam, but it has that ma.
Let's see. Here's the, let's see. Is it, do I need to make it bigger? I feel like it's small, but here's Aunt Otam as forgave, the past tense. And then Aunt Otam is forgive, the command form.
On Ota. Be forgiven.
Aunt Otama. So like if we're using it in a sentence, like we're asking, basically asking God, like, forgive us or forgive me.
It's Aunt Otam.
Yeah, just to forgive.
Which one would we use in our prayer? Would we use this present tense one or would we use the command form? Or the future? No, not the future. Let's see. What sounds better? Or what sounds more?
Forgive.
So like Hatsuanatongya, forgive us. So let's see, this is a mental verb. So we would use the mental verb chart, the pronoun chart. And we would have to put the pronoun before the verb in order to make it sound correct. So it's one of these. I'm going to just copy this whole entry here and we'll put it in that document. So that way, Gabby, you can have it. And just for note purposes, if you're looking for this again, this is on page 44. It's on page 44 of the 2024 glossary, which is in the Google Drive. But it's the, I'll have to look and see, or maybe someone can look and see what page it is in the one that's on the online, which is the older version. Okay. I'll update it this weekend. Okay, let me switch back to the. Did it go away?
That part I never seen, so I'm gonna sit that part out. I was working on something all afternoon, and it kind of pertains to this, like a pegedom ghetto
Mhm.
right now.
Oh,
Pegedom ghetto. My mind is just going in every direction.
me too, Grandma.
Yeah. It's in different words at different things, you know, people ask you. And my mind is kind of big because I've been doing some deciphering for
Oh,
a class. Okay. Just for a little while.
okay. Oh,
And that's a new word. A pegedam. Pega is your mind. My mind is tired.
oh. Oh, Grandma.
And ain't no time hoodling, I'll straighten up. That means fuss at me, whip me with words. Ain't no
Don't
ain't no time hoodling, I'll straighten up. That means when you fuss at somebody, they whip me with words. Nobody did. I just kind of whipping myself.
One of those days.
And then when you lose a word, it's just a thinker. Yatomp oiga. Yatomp oiga. I forgot what I was going to say. Oiga is to lose something. And ton is your talk. And I think I'm going through kind of a little bit of that.
Oh. Let's see. I'm pulling up the
Yatomp oiga. I forgot what I was going to say. And then when you're going to tell somebody and you forget their name, ain't called oiga. I forgot their name. Ain't called oiga. We all do that.
oh. That's a good word.
And that's my 2 sentences. I'm gonna about 10 minutes. I'll listen to you.
Okay. Oh. Okay, I should be sharing my screen. So here this is in the course packet, which is also on the homepage. It's the getting started section. So it said it's a mental verb. So we would want to use a mental pronoun. Oguk Oma, can you help me figure out which pronoun to use? So this is a prayer.
Mhm.
And so so let's see, let's look at Gabby's oh man, I can't see my screen now. Gabby, what is the English that you're trying to say? You said save, is it save us?
Yes, save us from ourselves.
Okay, save us from ourselves. So for the
I wanted to make it like a prayer, like you would say in a group, not just like me talking to God. It'd be like me praying for everybody in a group setting.
So let's see, we would say,
I think it sounds like it ought to be that dog.
oh, this
Mhm.
one right here.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
Oh yeah, R and for us. Okay.
Mhm.
Daw. So you would say daw on
On tongue.
tongue. I
Yeah.
gotta practice that word.
On
That's a good word.
Yeah.
Okay, so
forgive us.
which is this version, the command version.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna put this here. And I'm going to copy this and I'm going to put this where the language is right here. Okay, so Gabby, we're getting closer.
Yeah, another sentence done.
Yay! So you have creator, then you have save us from ourselves. Can Grandma Martha, would you be able to say this for us so we can hear the pronunciation?
Yeah. Da-on-ta-ta. Da-on-ta-ta. There's a pop T, that first one. Da-on.
On.
Da-on-ta-ta.
On. Oh.
Huh. Yeah. Because at the end is just a nasal sound. Da-on-ta-ta.
Aho. Miss Melvin, would you be able to say that for us? This one right here.
Da-on-ta-ta.
Mhm.
Da-on-ta-ta.
Good.
Aho. And or Grandma Dorothy, I don't know if you can still see the screen. Would you be able to say that for us so we can hear you how you would say it? Oh, I think she had to step away. Okay. Let's see. Oh, hey, there's Grandma D. Grandma D, if you're able to, would you be able to pronounce this for us so we can hear you say it?
Okay, now.
Da-on-ta-ta.
Mhm.
Aho. Appreciate that. Let's see. Oh, and I also see Tim joined us. Welcome. Making sure I'm keeping up with everyone here. Okay. Oh, and Kathy also. So that's an awesome phrase. I love that. Do we all want to practice this? Do you all want to practice saying it? Learners?
Yes.
That'll be good.
Okay. So we heard all our mentors say it, so we'll practice, and I'm just gonna go down the list so I see it's me, Gabby. Aunt Carolyn, would you like to? Are you able to? If you're there.
Just for a minute, then I'm going to District 7 office.
Okay. So this one, and then Stormy will go to you, then Angie, Caleb, Joe, and then Kathy and Tim. So, all right, cool. Da-on-ta. Da-on-ta.
Good.
The coat con.
Aho. Aunt Carolyn?
Oh, da-on. Oh, huh.
Aho. I know it's almost like a tongue twister. This is one of those ones I gotta say a few times. Stormy?
Da-on-ta-ta.
Aho. Angie, are you able to?
Yeah, the dawn.
Aho. And this is like Grandma Martha said, it's a nasalized. So you'll want to kind of nasalize the ending.
The on, the dawn.
Oh, ta.
The ta.
That's better.
Mhm.
Keep it up. Let's see. Caleb, would you like to try?
Da-on-ta.
Oh,
Oh, it's terrible.
what was that? Let's see. Oh, who didn't? Oh, Joe.
Okay, I'll do my best. Da'an o tan. Da'an o tan.
On. That's an on sound.
On.
Yeah. The on time.
Da'an o tan.
As long as you make that on sound.
On. Oh yeah. On.
Good. That was good.
Da'an o tan.
Good.
Oh. And then let's see who, Kathy, are you able to?
On time.
Oh, and Tim?
Da'an o tan.
Good. Yeah.
Oh. All right. I love that. That is so cool. We learned a new word. That's why I like doing prayers, because we always like just have some really awesome phrases that people come up with. So, okay. I'm gonna go down. Gabby, you'll have to clean this document up because it's gonna have these notes in it. So you'll just, have to rearrange it however you would like.
Can I say something real quick? And I don't know, but Dorothy and Dolores, tell me if I'm wrong, but it's kind of very difficult to put in Kiowa English words the way it, the way we say it, it's the words, our words that are comparable to the English word. See, like on this one, it says save us from ourselves. I don't think there's Kiowa words that can exactly say save us from ourselves, but we would say it, well, our Kiowa, I mean, the way we would say it in Kiowa, it's not going to be exactly in that order. It's going to be, it'll be a roundabout. It's going to mean the same thing. So I just wanted to just kind of express that, because we, word for word, it's really difficult to put English words into Kiowa. So, because it's the like on time, we're not, it's not exactly saying save us, from, but it's just asking God, to forgive us or help us. And in a way, like save us, forgive us, and I just wanted to say that.
How about this? Hate to get, let's see. How would you say?
Where's your phone?
Honde get so cold. Honde ya so cold. The dog Yahende. Forgive, take away all of the mistakes I made in my lifetime. Honde get so cold. That's a bunch, all of you.
They get
Honde ya so cold. They but hey dog dog. That's the way I say it. Forgive all my Hyundai, yes, so cold. All of the wrongs I did. Yeah, hey, they take them away. Dog dog. It's forgive me my sins, and you're a giving good God. But that's just personal. I don't know if you'll Hyundai gets so cold. That's all of us. Hyundai yasa cold. That's my personal sins or wrongdoings or treating people mean or stuff. Yeah, hey, they aim dog dog. Your God, you can take those away. Forgive us our sins and save us, It's the way I say it. What y'all think?
Yeah.
I've heard it said by older women. on key get so cold about hey, they erase all of our mistakes from the past. Have y'all ever heard it that way?
Kind of, yeah, kind of. Melody, I'm gonna agree with what Velma said. When new students come in and they're asking to translate things back to Kiowa, they're still in the English thinking mode. So whatever their sentence is an English sentence. And like Velma said, it's really hard to move it back into our language. But if you think about it and put your Kiowa thinking hat on, well, how would you say that? And I agree with what Dorothy just said a while ago in that last phrase that she did. But normally, what we're asking him to do is forgive us rather than say save us from ourselves. You see what I mean?
Yeah, but get hey,
yeah,
just yeah, hey, they take away my personal, and of course, nobody is without sin, so it's just always good to put that in there, I think. Yeah, hey, it's all you got to say. It's just a thought. I'm listening to my sister pray, and she always put that in there. That was Florine.
Oh.
I always want to write someplace. I wish I could hear my sister pray. Or you wish you could hear your mother, and those prayers were beautiful.
I think I was just telling Mom that I really appreciate y'all telling me this about this prayer, because
I think I got someone.
I love just hearing that, other people prayed this before. Those are prayers that we had before. And that, you said they were beautiful. So, aho.
Oh.
But we all pray different.
Oh, aho, Grandma. Yeah, that is definitely something to keep in mind. That it's Grandma Dorothy always says prayer is very personal. So you'll come up with your own. That's why we want people to kind of do their own, and that way we can kind of work with you to see what makes the most sense for you. So let's see. Grandma D, did you want to comment?
Well, if you would slide it back to where it was, the total. Let's move down. Yeah, right there. And that says there are some hymns that has that phrase in there. Kiowa hymns, that means forgive us. It's implied, I would think, that you have done things that you need forgiveness for. So
yeah, that's thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so that's forgive us. That's yeah.
Yeah, that covers that.
That's it, because I mean, like I said, there's several hymns that several Kiowa hymns that have that in there. And then, when they pray, they say that. So, like I'm saying, it's implied that you have done things that you need forgiveness for. I mean, if you want to go on, and I mean, like Dorothy said, it's up to you as an individual. But this says forgive us, is what it says. And like I said, it's implied that phrase for things we need forgiveness for, or.
Well, he didn't see your car out there. He says, it's not even here. It's the money for the pizza and your tip.
Omaha.
Sorry.
Oh, aho, Grandma. Appreciate that. That is very helpful.
Excuse me, I have a question.
Oh, Hyundai.
Okay, okay, Dao Aunt Otan is forgive us or for things we need forgiveness for, but what about the top two? Is it Dao Autota and Dao Kontota? That new
Oh,
word.
sorry. This was me just trying to take notes while they were talking, so I'll erase that. But this one I was trying to keep up with when Grandma Dorothy was saying like I'm pitiful. So
Right.
Hatsuana Tonga, we're pitiful, or I think you said I don't know if I captured it correctly, but I think you said was it a ka'a or you said something about ka'a.
Yeah. A con, don't con, Tom.
And how would you translate that?
We're pitiful. Hey.
A con, we're pitiful.
And one of my brothers used to say, darn, Grandma was the poorest one in the world. A call. One day,
That's gonna be my new
call,
nickname.
lady.
That's gonna be my new nickname.
Oh,
That meant you were meant you were humble. HUMBLE.
Yeah, it does mean humble. You're right.
Yeah.
Said,
It don't
Those
mean
two,
you,
those
I
two
don't
go
have
to Melody. Melody, if you were putting those in order there, you would put that line you just typed at the top, and then that second one could go right under it. You know, a con time. I mean, a con, a con, and then say piteous. You know, first you're saying that you're pitiful, then feel sorry for us.
It don't mean you don't have money. It means you're humble.
Yeah.
And it don't mean I don't have a car. It means I'm humble.
Yeah, pitiful.
pitiful means can mean several things the way you use it. Like I've heard, yeah, humble and lacking in something. Like
Or
lacking
Dolores,
Hyundai.
if they're sick, you'll say Hyundai call.
Yeah.
If you lost weight, they tell you Hyundai call.
And then while I'm thinking about someone talking about somebody all call on, I mean,
Yeah.
there. So you can use it, different ways.
Or you say Hyundai phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hey, not that bad.
Someone look silly.
Are you talking about me? Hey.
It's me. I'm used to it.
Hyundai, I thought Grandma Martha did this. How would you translate if you add when you say dog?
Yeah.
How does that change the meaning?
It's just like that first thing you type at the very top of the page up there. You're saying you're talking to the creator and you're saying we're pitiful or we're humble. We're coming to you humbly. And then you want to say, please, you want him to feel sorry for you. You want him to take care of you. So that's when you put that second line in there.
And then if you're nice to people, you ladies, it's oh my call on. Oh boy, it's if you're humble and you wait on people and you're just naturally nice.
Kind of going over and above. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my call on.
Is is that nasalized? I feel like I need to look up the diacritic mark.
Call on.
You remember when they called that one Running Raymond at Gord Clan? I always thought of him as oh my call. just want to help all the time, running around and, asking if you need something. And on
you
up.
said that
Oh,
means if you're helpful, or how would you translate that?
I have no idea how you spell it, but you'd say the hikakoda omoikon. Like some of your daughter's melody are omoikon.
Aho.
All
You
of
said
your-
that is helpful.
Mhm.
No,
Helpful.
no, just want your, I think she said you're just want to do things that are kind and helpful.
Aho. That's a good one too. I need to look up the I'll look up the diacritic marks and see if I can get the tones in it. Aho. Good.
Cotton is a powerful word. It's used for so many different ways of Kiowa.
One day inside the poor.
Did you say like poor, like
you're poor?
Poor?
Yeah. Oh. Now I'm confused. Because I thought was poor, like, but
I think what they're referring to is it could mean it depends on the context that you're using it in, but that word can mean different things depending on how you're using it and when you're using it.
so I have to say I'm poor.
So let's see, grandma's hatso yeah, I'm poor.
I can't. I can't means I'm poor.
Oh, I knew I was spelling it wrong.
And then like they're saying, it means a lot when you say like if you're praying, you say I call on. I mean, you're not telling God that you're poor, you don't have money and you don't have clothes. It means that you're very, very humble, and like you maybe your spirit is down, or you're in mourning or depressed or something, and you feel your call on, you feel that way, and you're asking God to help you, a call on yantam or yatogam or something like that. But
yes,
it doesn't mean that you're poor money wise or stuff like that. I mean, it does, it can be too, but I mean, when we use it in the prayer, it's not referring to material things. It's the spiritual things that we're talking about.
And on the street call, there's a ordinary church song that call on they do ta no aho de go they do ta hito. That poor me, I keep praying. And Honda, oh boy, call no, I do. They ask poor me to say a prayer. I'm one of the poorest ones in the bunch, but I don't mean, it's just a bit, you're supposed to give away when you give away to call on people. It's used so universal. Conte on God, yeah. For me, I'm sitting by myself. It's just too many ways, like it's used so many ways. It's a powerful word. Oh, you might put that somewhere in there. That it was our era that made that distinction of being among that word.
Oh.
And we even have cedar burning right now.
Oh.
Thanks for that.
Monday Batsaita.
Oh,
Can you so is this so when we're saying da is it this is it this same is it this word here with nasalized at the end?
Oh.
Or is it just ta? Which one's the right way?
Well, the way you say it is the way it's gonna spell. So da con
Yeah.
on tongue. Da con on tongue.
That's why it was kind of jokingly when it said in Kiowa that my brother used to say, Grandma just prays for everything. Call in 1,000 ways.
Oh, that's funny that you say that, Grandma. I remember listening to my grandma Ruth pray. She would say "ka" a lot. So I hear that a lot in her prayers. Okay, so is this correct, Hatzelha? Da ka on ta.
Mhm. Yeah, that looks better.
Okay. Oh, we're getting somewhere. And Gabby, you're gonna have some real good phrases here to pick from.
Yes, I am.
And everyone else too. This will be accessible for everyone if you want to go into that Google Drive and go back and look at the notes and then just pick and choose because we can use any of these in our own prayers. So it's really whatever's on your heart and on your mind. So yeah, this is awesome. Let's see. There was I don't type as fast. I'm a little slow today, so just gonna delete that. I don't know what I was trying to say, but do we want to try to continue this or do we want to look at our lesson for today? What would you all prefer?
Lesson.
Okay.
I
Just
feel
wanted
like
to
it's
check in.
very insightful. And I feel
What
like
was
it
that?
was I feel like it's very insightful and like how the rest of us do like our prayer. I'm still working on mine. This is kind of helpful for me to decide what I want to put.
Oh, definitely. Well, we can so we're about we have about 45 minutes left. So we'll spend some time every week to kind of focus on prayers. So that way we can just see how far we get through each one. So I feel like we got, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then some options here. So this should give you a good start, Gabby, for yours to kind of rearrange how you want to use it, and then we can finish this part. We can work on this next time if you want.
Okay, sounds good.
Aho, but this is great. Thank you for sharing this with us and being willing to go first. So aho. Let's see here. Okay, so our lesson, I believe we are on
Hey, Hyundai.
lesson 3. Oh, Hyundai, Tim.
Hey, can I ask a phrase that I've heard or I heard Cletus Sepahuda was praying this weekend. And then I've heard it like in a peyote song. I was trying to see what the meaning is. If any of our elders knows it's Begadokida. Well, that song goes Begadokida Bedo. And then when he was praying, he would say, Begadokida. And then he would, and I don't know exactly if they know what that means or even if I'm saying it right.
Begadokida. That's your inner, the Holy Spirit.
Begadokida. Is
Yes.
your inner man or the Holy Spirit?
Like it's doki, it's
Oh, okay.
God, doki is doki, do. I see, and Begadoki. They sing a lot about the Holy Spirit. Yeah.
Okay. Begado.
In a stampy. And then they used to say on that a quick saying, when I want to know who ran it, you say Hatil Tolanga. Who sat as the father? When who ran it? That's a formal Hatil Tolanga. It means who ran the meeting. Who fathered the meeting?
Begadokida, Beto.
Yes. It's a pretty song. So we got beautiful songs to mention the Lord all the way through there. What other religion sits on their knees for 12 hours?
Yeah.
Excuse me, Grandma Whitehorse. I have a question.
Who were that?
I hope that.
Me, Stormy. Sorry.
Grandma, it's
Sorry.
Stormy.
One day.
Can you hear me? Yes, yes, ma'am. Can you hear me? I have a question.
Okay. Who is that?
Stormy. My name is Stormy.
Okay.
Okay, I have a question. Can you please clarify? You said in the beginning you have, I think it's the key is just Jesus, and then the key. I'm not sure, but the pronounce is creator, I think, or just God. And then you said Holy Spirit, which is, I think it's right now. You say the key again. Can you clarify the three with the pronunciation, and maybe Miss Melody can clarify on the spelling?
Okay. Melody, repeat all of that so they can hear it.
Oh, Stormy wants to know, Grandma, how do you say Father, Son, and Holy Spirit?
Okay. Dog E. Dog E. Go Pega dog E.
So Pegadoki is Holy Spirit, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, and then Doki
It's
with the hard
God.
K, and I'm still pronouncing that. That's going to be creator, or is that's going to be a Jesus?
You could say it either way. Domoyum dog E or dog E. And next to that, that's God. The next one is dog E, Jesus. And Pega dog E is what he's talking about in that Simpy song.
Yeah, the Holy Spirit.
Holy Spirit.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
You-
I forgot how to say thank you, but anyway.
Yeah, you can use Domoyum dog E or dog E.
The Mayam Doki.
Yeah, or yes, and there.
Okay.
And then dog E is Jesus because he's the
Doki
son.
Jesus.
E is the
Okay.
son.
All right. Okay, got it.
And then Pega is your inner being. Pega dog E.
Okay, got it.
Gotcha. Thank you, honey.
Thank you.
Hote bapoyom do ho.
Oh.
Oh. Hanandetaya. Melody, I said, are you all right? I never ask at the same time of all of you.
Oh,
Oh,
aho. Let's see. So I was going to, I have that written down somewhere. I have it here in diacritic, and it's in like the little phonetic spelling. I need to look up the with the diacritic marks for the Mackenzie version. But I'll put it in the chat for now, Stormy, so you can reference it, and then I will look up the words in the glossary. I have them somewhere, I just couldn't find it real fast, so. Sorry, I'm not feeling good today. I'm a little slow, so bear with me.
get better soon.
Aho. Let's see, and okay, there in the chat. All right, so for next week, we'll spend the first 30 minutes doing some more translating of prayers. So come ready with any questions you have on prayers. Because what our mentors would like to see is they want to see us learners take turns saying the opening and closing prayers at the end and beginning of our sessions. So that's our goal. That's what we're working towards by the end of the year. So hopefully as we kind of get closer, as we move along, then we can start practicing saying our prayers out loud. So, all right. Cool. Let's go to our lesson for today. So let me pull the screen back up. Okay, so we are on lesson 3. So let me go to lesson 3. So we did lesson 2 last time. And so, like I said in the beginning, I'm a little behind on uploading to YouTube. I have a 4-day weekend starting Friday, so I plan to catch up on all my uploads. So you'll probably, if you're subscribed to the YouTube, you'll probably get a lot of alerts over the weekend. So try to catch up. Let's see. Where are we for? Okay, so this is going to be a good lesson. This is open-ended questions and statements. So again, lesson 3 is open-ended questions and statements. So these are the things that you would say to kind of have a conversation with someone. Like, so you said your greeting, you greeted someone, and now you're ready to ask them some questions and have a conversation. So that's what this lesson is about. And this kind of describes how what the format is like. If you want to practice this and you want some flashcards, if you click on this link, it'll take you to the study stack that has the language that's in this lesson, so you can practice. So that's a handy link there. And then if you want to watch the videos from our previous sessions where we did this lesson, you can definitely do that. And so I'm going to open up the file here. Okay. So we have our first, oops, that was too, I'm trying to zoom out a little bit. So on the first page is focusing on just the Kiowa without the translations, to kind of get us to think about how we would say this in a real life situation. And these are going to be our target phrases for this lesson. So we have 4 questions and statements that we want to learn. And then over here on the right-hand column is all of the possible, well, it's not all of it, but it's many possible responses. So they are open-ended, so it's pretty much up to you. Whatever response applies to your situation at the time that you're asked the question. The second page is our vocabulary and grammar page. So if you want to know which ones are the verbs, which ones are the pronouns, which ones are nouns and adverbials, those are all listed there. And then on page 4 is kind of this is the page that we like to use to practice the sayings, the phrases with our mentors and practice pronouncing them. So this has our Kiowa so this has the Kiowa language in the first column here. In the middle column is what we call our literal translation. Whoops. So the literal translation is going to be like the word order in Kiowa. So it says you came for something, and then the free translation. And the free translation is kind of basically like what it roughly translates to in English. Like our mentor said earlier, that our language doesn't exactly translate to English. So you have the literal translation in English, which will tell you what the word order is, so we can start getting used to thinking in Kiowa. And then the free translation will help us understand kind of the rough, like what it is loosely similar to in English. Okay, so let's see. And then and then we have our conversational practice here. So after we practice all the language in the lesson, then we'll practice having a conversation with each other. Basically, we use these as a script, and then we take turns. We pick someone, we pair up with each other, and we take turns doing our conversation. So there's several options to choose from. And then we have vocabulary note cards if you prefer to cut things out and keep it in a journal or do worksheets and things like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Whoops, I went too far. Sorry about that. We'll start with our phrase translations here. So we're going to start with this first phrase up here. Let's see. So we'll go in the same order that we practiced when we were doing the prayer. So kind of who I see on screen. Let me, so it'll go me, I think Aunt Carolyn said she had to go. And then Gabby, Stormy, Angie, Caleb, Joe, Kathy, Tim. I think that's everyone. Okay. And I don't even remember what order I just said, but hopefully you remember. So, all right, for our mentors, can we start with Grandma Martha, Oguk, Oma,
Okay.
and then we'll go to Grandma Dee, and then Grandma Dorothy, and then Miss Velma.
Aim Hyundai, you came for something.
Aim Hyundai, is it me?
Mm-hmm.
Aim Hyundai, Aim Hyundai, I don't know if I'm asking a question. Let's see, Aim Hyundai, or you came for something. Aim Hyundai,
Oh, and then Grandma Dee.
And Hyundai.
Miss Velma.
Aim Hyundai.
Oh, and then I see Miss Marion joined us. Miss Marion, would you like to pronounce this for us?
Aim Hyundai. Seems like it would be Aim Hyundai. But I'll say Aim Hyundai.
Oh. Okay, so learners, it's our turn. So Uncle. Aim Hyundai
Am Hyundai on. Am Hyundai on.
Aho. Angie? If you're able to.
Am Hyundai Am Hyundai on.
Aho. Who is next? Stormy?
Hyundai on.
Aho. Caleb?
Aim Hyundai,
Joe?
Aim Hyundai on.
Am I after Joe?
Oh.
Okay. Aim Hyundai on.
Aim Hyundai on.
Aho. Is that everyone? We didn't miss anyone. Okay. All right. So that's the first one. You came for something. All right. So these are responses. So these next two are the possible responses to if someone says aim Hyundai to you, then you could say one of these two things to start with. Okay, this one's a little longer, and that means I came to learn Kiowa language. Oguk Oma. Okay.
I think that tame in there needs to be changed to hame because it's learning, not teaching.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so that needs to be changed, that TEM to hame. Goito hame.
Oh. Oh, yeah, it should be this one, like this one down here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mohema. Needs to be changed.
Okay, so is everyone everyone just kind of note that on your paper, and I'll make the edit and then upload the corrected version. But it'll be, instead of the TEM, it'll be the HE. Right? Hatsoha?
That's right.
Okay, so you would say and then goito mahem
Mohema.
mahem
Yeah, Mohema.
Mahem okay. So just the Mahem
mahem okay. Aho, Grandma Dorothy?
Akoito mohima. Akoito mohima.
Aho.
I
Grandma
like
D?
Jaime Cooper's good one.
Go ahead, Grandma D.
Akoito mohima.
Aho. Miss Velma?
Akoito mohima.
Aho. Miss Marion?
Akoito mohima. Akoito mohima. Akoito mohima.
Aho. Okay, our turn, so get ready. Ako. Ako'y tomahem
A going don mahema.
and then just remember in the Mackenzie modified orthography, the A makes a sound and the E makes a sound. So it's a little Gotta think in Kiowa a little bit, but just a reminder for us. Aho, Gabby, Angie, would you like to try? I know it's a long word, but take it syllable by syllable.
Agoi, go, ma, ma. Agoi to, ma, ma.
Good.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Stormy, do you want to try it?
Agoy ho, oh, excuse me. Agoy ho ma, agoy do mahema.
Oh, awesome.
Do.
Caleb?
Koi tong mahima.
Oh. Joe?
Ako itong ma-tame
Right.
And then I think a correction I have to make on there is because it's learning, so tame is referring to teaching. So they want us to change it to tame, which I mean to hay, which
hame.
which is learning. Yeah, sorry.
Hame, like H-E-M, like hame.
Yeah.
Is that what you said, correct?
This right, yeah.
It can be used both ways. Matame or Mahame.
Oh, sorry.
And we name some ladies Matame, Goetong, Matema teachers.
Okay.
Aho.
All right. Agoi dong, mahema.
Aho. And Tim.
Ako itong mahing
Aho. Awesome, we did it. So that was it. That was your first option, and the second option here is that you came to visit. So, Grandma,
A time iku,
Grandma Dorothy? Oh, hold on. Oh, there's Grandma. Grandma Dorothy? Oh, maybe she had to step away. Grandma D?
A time iku,
Oh, Selma?
A time eku.
Oh, aho, Grandma.
A time eku.
Aho.
A time iku. A time iku.
Aho. All right, cool. Get ready, learners. A time gu.
A time gu on or on.
A time ago on. A time ago on.
So we're gonna break it into syllables. So it's a time gu.
So is it May, like a time May?
May.
A time May go.
Right.
Came to get rid of the lonely.
Stormy, do you want to try it?
I may go on.
Aho. Who was after start? Caleb?
Taimeku,
Joe?
Taimeku,
Ataimeku,
Taimeku on.
Oh,
Don't forget to nasalize the last syllable.
Ataimeku,
Aho. Awesome. All right. So that's the first statement and responses. So we're going to go to the second statement and responses. So this is, you're asking a question and you're asking, what are you doing? So, Grandma, Spoguk, Oma, go.
Hondea Omo. Hondea Omo.
Oh, aho, Grandma.
Hondea Omo.
Mondea Omo.
Onde a omo.
Aho. Miss Marian.
Honde oh. Excuse me. Honde oh.
Aho. Okay. Our turn. Ko. Honde a Oma.
Honde ma.
Hondea Onma.
Oh, Stormy.
Hondea Omo.
Ondea Oma.
Honde Alma.
Stormy, I love your dragonfly look there. Hyundai,
Onde a omo.
Aho.
Good. All of you sounded good.
We're trying, Grandma. We're trying to sound Kiowa. Okay, so when someone asks you that question, you could say a lot of things, right? But for this lesson, we're gonna focus on these two options. Which, wait, hold on. Yeah, they both mean the same thing, right? Grandma Martha? It means,
Yeah.
they both mean I'm learning the Kiowa language.
Yeah. Get going.
Okay. Yeah, goitong mahema. And then goitong yeah mahema. So you could say the word order is different. But they mean basically the same thing. Do we want to say them as a pair? Like say them both together, like one after another? Or do you guys want to practice each one by itself like we just did?
You say them both, that way you can get the sound of it. You know?
Oh,
practice.
That's
both.
what I was thinking, because they
Yeah.
mean the same thing.
They mean the same thing.
Okay, so let's try that.
Okay.
Let me, it won't let me just highlight those two, but anyway, I'm trying to highlight. So just the Kiowa there, and yeah.
Okay. Yeah, goito mohimo. And the second one is goito get mohimo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dorothy Mahamo. I'm sorry, it's Dorothy's turn.
Get go get mohemo. Go don't get mohemo.
Aho.
Yeah, Dorothy Mahamo. Dorothy get Mahamo.
Aho.
Get koito mohema. Koitongia get mohema.
Oh.
Yeah. don't my God, don't get my get Goy don't hey Goy don't get my name.
Oh, all right. Everyone ready? I'm gonna try this. Cool. Get Goy don't ma hey ma. Goy don't get Goy don't get ma hey ma.
Yeah, Goy don mahema. Goy don ya mahema. Goy don ya mahema.
Good.
Can you say the first one again?
Okay, get Goy don't Mohemo.
Get go
Goy,
gone
Goy, get
Goy.
Goy don't Mohemo.
Get going don mahema. Goy on goy got mahema.
Goy don't get Mohemo.
Goy don ya gahema. I'm not getting it.
You're doing good. You remember we have to say something 400 times to get it. So every time you practice is one more time. So that was awesome. They keep trying. Don't give up. That was good. Stormy, do you want to try?
Yes. Goy don mahema and goy don ya gate mahema.
Goy tong get mahema. Oh, that was good. Caleb, you're up.
Yeah, Goy don mahema. Goy don ya mahema.
Oh.
Joe.
Get Goy don Mahema. Goy don get Mahema.
Get Goy don mahema. Mahema. Goy don get. Doy go. Doy get. Doy don ya.
Dong yeah. Dong.
Don ya. Get mahema.
Oh. You did it.
Good.
Yeah, Goy don't Mohema. Goy don't get Mohema.
Ma. Don't forget the AU sound. These phrases are really good because they're making us practice the difference between the ah and the aw sound. So just practice that.
Good.
We made it. Those are really long. We did it. Okay, we're gonna move to the next one. So this is, you've probably heard this. All of you have probably heard this at some point. So this means, are you well? Coat. Oguk Oma.
Okay, I'm going to say both those lines together so they can hear them. So I'm going to do both of them. One's a question and the other one's answering back. That first one is, Hoi boyom da. You kind of have to put that emphasis on it. And the answer will be, Ha apoyom da.
Ho. Grandma Dorothy.
Hoi boy, I see hoi boyom do. Ha Apoyom do.
Oh,
Oi,
go
boy, do. Oh, up boy, do.
Oi, poyom do. Ha, apoyom do.
Ho, en poyong do. Ho, apoyong do.
aho. All right, ready? So you hear the difference, hopefully, between the beginnings. So the first one is that first ha is your question word. And then the second ha is yes. So ka. Han boy yom da. Ha boy yom da.
Oh,
Who is it? Gabby, I think.
Sorry, the dogs are barking. You could just pass me.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, God.
Angie, do you want to try?
Ha, en boing. Yoma da.
poyong do.
Hoi.
Boy hyom da.
Yeah, poyong do.
Yom hyom da.
Ha, en boing. Yoma da. And then ha. Boing. Yoma da.
Oh,
Poyong do. Poyong do.
Boing. Yom da.
That's better.
Oh, aho. Stormy.
Okay. Hein and boing da. Ha. And boing da. No, sorry. Ha. A boing yang da. I think.
Oh,
Keep
poyong.
you're on the right track. So we just got to keep practicing. But yes, this is it's got a lot of tricky sounds in the da. So you have a nasalized, you have a combined consonant, and then you have the HY sound, which is like a yeah. And then that nasalized at the beginning. So it's kind of like one of those you have to kind of take it a syllable at a time. Like when I'm working with my high school students, we say ha, aim, then boy, hyom, da. So like we break it up into syllables. So that's what helped me when I was first learning it, to separate it out.
Oh.
Aho. Let's see who was next. Caleb.
Ho, en poyong do. Ha, apoyong do.
Aho. Joe.
Hai poyom do. Ha apoyom do.
Hoi buyom da. Ha e ha a buyom da.
Oh,
Oh, Tim.
Oh, I said it and I was on mute. Let me try it again. Ho en poyong do. Ha apoyom do.
Aho. All right, awesome. Let's see. So this next one, yeah, this is kind of like a long list of basically like things that you can feel, and ways that you can respond to this question here. That are you well? And it kind of means like, are you okay? Are you doing okay? Or how you doing? Kind of something like that. But then you can respond to it, you can get as detailed as you want, right? So there's a lot of options here. So the first one we just said was, yes, I'm okay, or I'm well. But you could also say the negative version, which is I'm not okay. um, if you wanted to.
Not fine.
That's how I feel today. Yeah. So let's see, we have about 5 minutes left. So I think we could probably do maybe a couple more of these. And then we'll just pick up with the rest of this and then do our conversation practice next time. So since this one's kind of a little longer and the boyhyomda is a little like a kind of a tougher word to practice, let's do this. Let's try this one. So okay.
Hana boyhyomda mo.
Hana boyhyomda mo.
Hana boyhyomda mo.
Miss Velma.
Hana boyhyomda mo.
Hana boyhyomda mo. Hana boyhyomda mo.
Aho. Okay, ready? Go. Hana boyhyomda mo.
Hana boyon. Hana boyon dama.
Okay, thanks.
Aho.
Honya byoin. Honya boyon madama.
Yeah.
Oh. And again, this one helps if you break it down into, it's like 4 syllables. So boy, hyom, whoops, my curse is not working with me. Hyom, da, and then ma. So it's a little bit longer than the last one, but that was good. Aho. Stormy.
Hana boyon dama.
God, that sound right.
Aho. Oh. Aho. Caleb.
Hana boyhyomda mo.
Oh.
That one's sick.
Let's see who is next. Oh, yeah.
Me, yeah. Hana boyhyomda mo.
Give that one 2 Tylenols.
Hana boyhyomda mo.
Oh.
Hana boyhyomda mo.
Oh, we're making all our elders worry about us. They want to take care of us. Hey, we're just
We got to keep in character.
Oh,
Give them a pill, a Tylenol.
We're just
I need a chill pill. A chill pill.
go lay down. Oh, okay, that was good. We got through that one. So now you know how to say the affirmative and the negative version. I've heard some people just say like honey. And then they just go on to something else. But so there are other options. So let's try to see what we'll try this last one and then we'll close up. So let's see. Cool.
Okay. Hane saw they do.
Oh, they are song, they do.
Hana saw they do.
I'm mad.
Hane, I saw they do.
Hone asante do.
Aho. Ako. Hane asan de da.
Hane asaan de da.
Hane asaan de da.
Oh. Who? Oh, Stormy.
Hane asan no de da.
It looks like her dragonfly saying it.
Your dragonfly is making them crack up. Awesome. Oh, poor thing. Caleb.
Hone asante do.
Aho. Joe.
Hane asaan de da.
And that one sounds mad.
On day, I saw on data.
Hone asante do.
Aho. I see Guto Hitali just joined us. Would you like to jump in real quick and say this? We're just wrapping up.
Oh, yeah, I can. Hone akodo son de do. Hey, son de do.
Aho. Well, we made it. So we're gonna stop right there and then we'll pick up with these last few and then we'll do our conversation next time. Try to practice and see if you can practice pronouncing these. And then remember to go back over the ones we just did. Okay, let me stop sharing. Okay, so now it's my bedtime. Just kidding. Let's see. Well, we made it. Does anyone have any questions or comments for our mentors before we close out?
Hyundai inside real quick, I wanted to know about when we introduce ourselves as like Kiowa principal people. Did we ever say that way back when, or is that something newer? Principal people.
Isn't that what Koigu means? But I'll defer to our mentors.
There's no such thing as that.
There's no such thing as principal. I mean, so you know how people are calling different nations are calling themselves different, and they called us like principal people. So there's no such thing. History is.
Yeah. We're just people. If others disagree, that's my understanding. Because I've had some of the elders, say, where did that come from? We never said that because we had leaders, and almost every division had a leader. And then we say we're principal people, and that's a non-Indian, writing and statement.
Oh.
What's that?
I think she said it was a non-native given to us like that.
Yeah, Grandma, they're talking about the translation in English, how some tribes refer to themselves as, or in English, anthropologists say that they call themselves the principal people, or like the main people, or something like that. So, but Miss Marion just said that it was more of a, it was something that was imposed on us. It's not really what it means. Is that right?
Like, how do we address them, or what are we looking for? I hate it.
What do we call ourselves?
Oh,
We-
that was Kathy's question, was
Yeah,
how
what
do
do we
we
call ourselves?
refer to ourselves?
Yeah.
I don't care for the word personally of Okoy, because in translation that means donkey, a mule. Okoy.
Come here, please.
And I refer to the
Oh, God.
Okoy. That's white people, but it really translates into donkey.
I go to the bathroom. Oh, God. Hurry up. I need to get off.
Oh, Grandma.
I
Grandma.
always say, "Get a dog," for the white race, and I say, "Get good dog," for us, because we're the redskin people. That was the formalities I learned. Okoy was a sort of a derogatory, and in Haute Okoy was the rednecks, and the Mexicans were Coped Okoy. We called them all mules. And that was taught by my mother. I don't know if it's in a Hoyle or what, I mean in a dictionary or what, but I say when I'm writing it, I'll put eat dog.
Grandma Whitehorse,
That
this
word,
is Stormy again. I just want to say that from my perspective and being from Texas and doing so much research on my own indigeneity and all the different things and that we've had to conform to and what we've been called and change over going over Six Flags. All of the names, most indigenous people were just the people. Their tribal name was just the people until different names were given. But generally speaking, I think you're correct in that most of them were derogatory names. They just were derogatory names, and usually in an animal sense, as if we were non-human beings. And it's a good thing not only to practice indigenous languages so that we can keep them alive, but also we need to reprogram the way we've been programmed. And I know it's going to take a long time, but it can be done, and change those things and do away with them, most importantly, so that when people want to learn about a different indigenous cultures, they do not pick up where the white man left off, if it makes sense, or you know what I'm saying. We need to reprogram ourselves and change that language, that culture of thought of calling us derogatory names or animal names. We're not animals, we're human beings, we're people. Does it make sense?
What you guys think?
Aho.
Aho. Yeah, my brother's asking, and I was just like, well, I'll ask the group. But yeah, we the people, or whatever they call us, or I mean, every tribe has something like that where they're principal people, first people, stuff like that. You know, it's just, I don't use that, but you know, he asked, and I told him, well, I'll ask, and he said, ask Grandma Dorothy what she thinks. So I'll tell him. Michael Tonkame is asking.
I say that because a lot of us that were born I always say, I don't want to say in the day, but when we were born, we were taught that we didn't marry a Kiowa. They might be kin. They do. And not one of my sisters married a Kiowa. And therefore, some of our children are what they called half-breeds. I could live with that because they're good half-breeds. But sometimes it gets insulting. But that's all right. we're all mixed blood now, and you have a different way of living. And I've learned to live with it. But I still have that inner respect. Not one of my sisters and I married a Kiowa because we mostly married guys that were in the war.
Older boys.
Dorothy, Melody, I have a comment.
Hyundai. Go ahead, Miss Marion.
This, it's like, when you think about it, okay, I'm just gonna go back to the principal people to begin with. Most people that people, you know, we all think that that's just part of ethnicity. And so I'll stop there. And the other comment, got into, I said, oh, coy, and that means floppy ears, but that is what the early Indians called the white people when they first saw them, because they had mules and they didn't know who they were as a people. So what they did is they just referred to them by the names that they had. But that was a term that stuck with them. But the at that time, the Kiowas, of course, you know, that was the first time to see the white people. And I don't think they took that as a derogatory word. But today, I guess it could be said that's what it is. Because like even with the people, the Mexicans, you call those Otokoy. And those are mountain mule people because they also had mules. And they didn't know anything about the Mexicans were people that lived in the mountains. And then the Otokoy, that is because they traveled with and had mules. And so that is the reason for using the term Otokoy. And so at that time, and the Kiowa people at that time, you know, they didn't think of it as derogatory. It was just a description, which is what they called the people.
And Honbat Haigo, nobody knows how many times each of us as individuals came to the protection of our own parents who were being spoken about for the way they looked. If you carried a grudge, you'd still be carrying it. And when you don't know the times I came to the verbal safety of my dad because he didn't speak a word of English. And I always didn't approve of derogatory remarks afterward. I've been called squaw. I've been called everything in my lifetime. And we've learned to live with it. It was just had to. We had a Moyam dog eat to pray to. Our folks taught us good ways. And thank God for our ancestors that we still have our language. And keep on striving to do it, you young ones, because our elders said one time, and it's quoted all over, when the Kiowa language is gone, that means then there'll be no more Kiowas. And I'm depending on you guys to carry it on and give it on to your children. And every day sometime it's a struggle anymore at this age. These ladies know, but it's on account of loving who we are. And y'all are learning from the best. I'm going to tell you that. Just this line of women, you're learning from the best speakers you have right now.
Oh,
and be thankful for it, because I'm looking at you and you're all, your younger generation, you're all generations from, you're people from great people. I can look at you and know where you came from. And you all come from good Kiowas. I'm so glad we don't have a vulgar language. We never talk off color in front of our kinfolks. We don't have vulgarity in our language, and we still have all of our old societies. We have 6 of them. We know the words. We still practice everything. There's a song for everything. People should sit down and take the time to learn the songs. Even everybody needs that experience. I just wanted to tell you what a line of instructors y'all have. Nobody could go and get a line like this, and I'm going to say it publicly. These women are trained because they lived it. And I'm getting up there in age, and sometime I can't see y'all in person, but we do pray for y'all every day that we'll produce a lot more so you can go on and do it. And anytime, even if you want your dog to talk Kiowa, I'll teach them. You know, they understand too, Yogute. Yogute means them too. The dogs know how your calls are if you talk to them in Kiowa. And Dolores was asking, he says, Zamte Chegun is going to the kennel again tomorrow. His owners are going on a trip. Oh, it's always a pleasure. I enjoy this.
Hello, Grandma. Hey, Grandma, I see Caleb has his hand up.
Onde batsaito.
Oh.
Hatso anatongia. Barely came to life.
Onde.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Oh, you might have to say it. You want me to repeat it?
Emoito.
Hatso anatongia. Barely came to life.
Barely came to life. Barely came to life.
Barely came to life. Hatsonatongia. Barely came to life.
Marion, Dolores, Velma, Marty. How you doing?
Barely came to life. Barely's probably Oigo, isn't it? Oigo. Barely came to life. Oigo. Oigo. Come to life is Bay Hay, isn't it? Bay Oigo Bay Hay doll or something like that.
So good heart, so don't
Oh
say.
yeah. I go up. I go up. Yes.
Oh, you got big again. Hodl, are y'all satisfied with what I said?
Emoito.
Yeah.
Oh, say it again.
I said, Hoi go big again. Don't hodl, or are y'all satisfied with what I said?
Oh,
I looked down the duck olds ape. Bake olds, oh, is when you're burning cedar. And we've got cedar burning every time we have that. And I want to thank the little lady. And it goes cold. So,
Oh, Grandma D.
Oh,
and so old people used to say, light the cedar and hit me with a feather. Big cold, so going good. You're asking for a blessing from your Kiowa elders.
oh. Was someone able to answer Caleb's question? Or do we
Yes.
need to think on it?
What was his question?
Yes, it barely came to life, Marion. I barely came to life.
Because when I listen to these, I put everything I have into it. And I still want to know what he asked. If I call and talk, though.
Oh, he's asking, how do you say, I barely came to life?
No, no, just barely came to life.
Oh, sorry, just barely came to life. Is there a way to say something similar in Kiowa? Let's type it in the chat. Sometimes it pops up and then our mentors can see it.
Was it a cure?
It was a name.
Barely came to life. What was that?
How would you say, you ladies? Nyapeko. Peko. When you wake up. When you wake up in the morning. Nyapeko die. And that's, I barely made it to life. That's your answer, Kel.
Oh.
Nyapeko die. And what you're saying is nyapeko. Yeah, die. Couldn't die. Die is to wake up. Nyapeko die. And that was on account of dog A. Dog type beta. That answered your question. I think that's a. I just got nobody. This is personal, but I'm just not getting my hearing back. I'm trying my cordless hearing aids.
Oh.
And they're only made for the individual.
Oh, that's good, Grandma. So Gutohitali put spelling in the chat. Oma, can you double check the chat and see if that's
Yeah,
correct?
I'm just not getting in there to look at it. So.
You might have to say it again too.
Big goat. Die.
Die. That last word is die.
To wake up in the morning.
Yeah, to wake up. Die.
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 So part of
Die.
it.
And you could even use that as a prayer, you know, if you woke up all of a sudden like I did one time, and there is a God. There is a Damoyam dog.
Okay.
Yeah, die. I woke up.
Die. Where he's got the GYAI, that's die. Die.
Yeah.
I got that nasal.
Die. Die is to wake up.
And the students, I know the words, but I do not spell it. The person I said that. And then there's Velma Ruth and the rest are scholars because they devoted all of their time to educating people. It's Marty and Velma and Marion and Dane especially. They're the ones that write it and can give you a more sober interpretation than what I do, because mine is just strictly Kiowa. And Dolores said that too. We said we talk it, but we don't write it. I gladly help. I hadn't thought of that sentence in years.
And that one that Ramon wrote there, if you change that last part, that GYAI, that spelling would be DAIT. DAIT, die.
And die, wake up.
Die, yeah. DAIT.
Kiowa is so interesting. Y'all come from such a great tribe. We got it all together. 6 bands. Nobody can do that, though. It just overwhelms me sometimes. I think of how rich we are in our history. We're one of the only ones that had skin calendars and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's that last one written there's a good one.
And Marion comes straight out of the Smithsonian. She's still there. She's reachable.
And Ramon, did you write that? Just put that yawn in front of what you corrected.
Yeah. And these other ladies.
So would it be Yampe Gope time?
Yeah. Gope. Gope. Gope is not die.
And I wanted to know if any of the ladies or any Kiowa could tell me why they named that little mountain over by Two Hatchet Creek, south of Fort Cobb. Why is it Olcoipiga?
Because the story is that at one time, there's 2, 3, 4 different stories that some jealous man had his wife was messing with another man and supposedly caught them. He went into a rage. And so that was called Crazy Hill. And then another says another person killed another guy there. So there's 2 different stories. So they said one guy
And
killed the other one.
Kicking Bird's camp down there by that Olcoipiga.
Yeah, Kicking Bird was married to Grandpa James's aunt, his Abel's daughter. But that's where Two Hatchet had his camp.
Yeah.
But that was the camping area. And that's where his Edward Two Hatchet's mom.
Yeah.
She was a medicine woman, and she had her teepee set up over there because that's where the family camps. Next to a crazy hill next to the creek. That's the story.
We should have sessions. We should have sessions just to tell stories. that we
Excuse me, I have a
heard.
question about that.
Oh,
Okay, so wasn't Kicking Bird poisoned, and maybe that's where it happened, and maybe there all of those stories that you just told may be interrelated?
No, no. They're different,
So Kicking
separate.
Bird was not poisoned?
Oh, you're talking about, oh, I thought you were talking about Crazy Hill.
Well, at Crazy Hill, well, if he was camped out at some point there, and there's a medicine woman, and then you said one version is that one man killed another man, and another version about a woman that maybe she was unfaithful, or whatever the case may be. I know that Kicking Bird was a peacemaker, and he was trying to do things one way, and then I think it was Satank that was doing things another way. So what I'm thinking is maybe all of those stories may be interrelated, or maybe there's two stories in one. But since Kicking Bird was poisoned, maybe it happened in that area, or maybe some. I'm just saying.
The man that supposedly done that, he's still buried in St. Augustine.
But he was
Skywalker, Mamante. That was my mother's grandfather. And hopefully, well, his father, who was White Fox, Sedapetos, and Kiowa George, his name was Pocosa. That was my mother's dad. He's buried at Rainy Mountain right now. And those subjects are still alive. It's part of our history. And looking back, I wonder where they would have gotten strychnine to do something like that.
No. That's because the story, this young lady, I'm not sure what her name is, but
and then I go back and I believe that State On guy ingested that knife to kill so he wouldn't die in Texas. I believe that too. It's kind of a little crazy. But those some of our old legends.
Oh, right. He had medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of these stories we could share some stories in our Sunday session. Which actually is this Sunday. What are we at? Sunday, September 22nd. So if you're on here, you get the invite for if you're not on my list for the Sunday session, if you could put your email in the chat box and I can get you on the list. But it's basically open to anyone, and it's 2 hours every other Sunday from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Oklahoma time. And we can share stories, translate songs, and we especially like listening to old recordings in Kiowa, and our mentors here, they translate for us and they interpret it for us. So that's we're gonna start our session by continuing our the recording that we started last time. But I think this would be a good topic to like just kind of dig into some of our historical stories. So we can do that on Sundays if you wanted to.
Is it on mute now?
We can hear you, Grandma D.
Nothing.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, great discussion, great questions. Be sure to bring your questions to us. It is past 9 o'clock. I know it's past some people's bedtimes, my bedtime. But let's go ahead and close up for the evening. Can we get a closing prayer? Let's see. Miss Velma, fade outside if you're able to.
Now cooked off. Can you hear me?
I can. Yep, we can.
Cool. Dog E, beg your dog E. Oh my dog, eat orip dog. They own they get oi taints on get. Goit don't get daughter. Hate to eat more hand. They own they do tie do go do ta do they come they key that for dog. I hold they call the con then they do outside go. I'm paid of no. Coi cả con bò they own they hate to get taints or that on tiger dog am paid of dog up the dog do dog go keat agya do on dog go they hoit they go betado king get dog am paid of can he go tiger they told you paid of dog. Thank you, our Heavenly Father, our Creator. Thank you for the gift of life. Thank you for thy grace, thy mercy, thy unconditional love, and thy compassion. We're so thankful and grateful for all that you do, for who you are, and thy just awesome creation that you've allowed us to be a part of. Bless each individual who's participated this evening, and just help us, Lord, to be able to retain what we've learned tonight, and help us, Lord, to stay motivated. And bless Dorothy, Dolores, Martha, and Marion, where we do the best we can. And we're so grateful that you blessed us, Lord, blessed us where we grew up in in our homes where our language was spoken, and we learned our ways. And we thank you. They outside. And once again, I thank you for all that you do for us, and bless each individual, their families, Lord. Those who are in mourning at this time, Lord, please, Lord, make go them dog hold dog dog big good so le go betado. I got the token Sunday. Bless those who are homeless, Heavenly Father, of Sando, dog, big dog. Bless them, those who are incarcerated, Lord. May they come to know you, Lord, and just protect them, Heavenly Father. Once again, we thank you for this day, all that you do for us. There's so much you've done. You've been good to us, and thankful that we live in a country where we're able to worship you in our own way, how we the way we believe. And thank you again, Heavenly Father, for everything. Aho, Obaha. Amen.
Aho de batha. Onde onde.
Oh.
Oh.
Aho.
Aho. Awesome. Well, appreciate everyone taking the time this evening. So happy studying, happy practicing.
Hey, Melody.
Hyundai.
I'd like to bean da Hyundai Bakteruto.
Oh.
Would you mind turning off the recording, please?
Oh. So. She's reading that one.